Today's episode of FilmRiot is brought to you by Full Sail University. Welcome to FilmRiot. Today we're talking about politics, religion, and anything else that's going to cause a flame war in the notes below.
No, we're not.
No, we're really not.
No.
We're not going to.
Not at all.
No. Have you ever made a short film for $5,000 or less, and if so, which one? That's my budget. Also, Red Epic Dragon or Canon C300 Mark II with Canon cinema lenses. 99% of my short films are under $5,000. Losses tell, proximity. I think proximity we only spent $300, but that's because we had gear already loaned to us for free. If we had to pay for the gear that we were using, it probably would have come out to around $1,500, maybe $2,000 to make proximity. Tell, I think, was $2,000 or $3,000. Losses was $200. That was most of ours. The only one that we've made that's over that is UFO, yeah. So we're pretty used to working in that budget range. Although going forward, we're trying to do bigger and better so we can show you guys more gear, more techniques, bigger crew, all that stuff. And, you know, our careers are progressing as well. And as they do, we'll start doing more high budget things. As far as the camera goes, that really depends on what you're shooting, what your crew's like, what you're familiar with, what your post process is gonna be like. The Red is a much heavier camera to work with, not literal weight, but there's more that goes into using a Red camera than there is that goes into a C300 Mark II. C300 Mark II is like an all-in-one go camera audio system, and post is a lot easier with that camera as well, whereas Red, there's a lot more that goes behind it. So it depends on that as well as your budget. Red is more expensive to rent than the C300, I believe, so that's a factor too. So look into all those things, and then it's about image quality. I think regardless of which one you go, you're gonna get a great end result. It just depends on what exactly you're looking for and how exactly you're set up to shoot and work with it in post. Hey Rye, what is your opinion on people who want you to work for exposure? How do you respond to those types of people? I mean, is it a worth it amount of exposure, or do they have like a couple hundred subscribers? If they have like 1 million subscribers, 500,000 subscribers, whatever that it is, and they can actually get you some decent exposure, I would totally do that. I've done that. Just collaborate with people because I'm able to promote them, they're able to promote me. If it's worth it for you in that way, then absolutely open your brand up to other audiences that you weren't able to otherwise. But if they don't have an audience to market to at all or get your name out there at all, then well, you're hoping that whatever this project is goes viral, and that really is rolling the dice. So, I mean, it just depends on you. Is this a passion project where you just want to do it either way? Or is this something that you're looking for some kind of payment, be it money or exposure? It's a decision that you're gonna have to make based on that scenario, because I don't know the scenario. And I know I say it depends pretty much all the time, but I mean, it's really true. Almost all, I find 90% of questions have a "it depends" answer, because that's the reality of the industry we're in. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm never very happy with my color correction at the end of our short films. What program do you use, and or what are my options? I think if you aren't a colorist, working in DaVinci can be a little bit more convoluted than it needs to be. For me, I do like playing with color and I do like jumping into DaVinci, but when I'm working quick and don't want to dive that deeply in there, or even when I do, honestly, I use Magic Bullet. It's advanced in a way that it's a tool for colorists at this point. What you can do with it is pretty fantastic, and I've matched looks perfectly with things that were done in DaVinci. So that's a great way to do it. It's a much easier tool than DaVinci is, much smaller learning curve. You couple that with Colorista 3 and you can do some great stuff, especially with masks and what have you. Also check out our channel, go in the search bar, hit color correction or color grading, and we have a bunch of stuff on there that you can find, and just watch whatever tutorial you can get. Wrap your head around color and how it works. And also, don't add your grade and then call it done. Add your grade, give it a day, come back and look at it again with fresh eyes. You'll be surprised how much different it looks to you. Is procrastinating on a project normal, or a sign filmmaking is not for me? I don't think procrastination has anything to do with whether or not you like filmmaking. I mean, that's just a personality trait. I procrastinate like crazy. It's something that I have to, convince myself not to do. Sometimes I procrastinate till the very last minute and then I knock it all out at one go. I think the thing that would tell you if filmmaking is not for you or not is if while you're doing it, it's a chore and you just hate doing it, or if you're in heaven when you do it. If you love making it, well then there you go. When should you use autofocus, if ever? I almost never use autofocus unless I absolutely have to. So if I'm putting the camera on a gimbal or something like that where there's no way that I can pull focus, autofocus can be really helpful, especially with a lot of the new cameras like the A7S II and C300 Mark II. The autofocus on those cameras are freaking out of control. You can actually use that on a gimbal and it will totally work. We did that for UFO Yeah as well. We had the C100 Mark II and we used the autofocus when it was on the gimbal for that because we didn't have a focus puller for that show because, well, we just didn't have enough budget for it. But I would really only use it in very specific times like that. 99% of the time I'm going manual focus. Last question, what did you think of The Revenant? I absolutely loved it. Leonardo DiCaprio was amazing. The direction was amazing. The cinematography obviously was incredible. Everything about it was so impressive. From a filmmaking standpoint, I was really blown away by it. And there were a few scenes in the movie where I actually just didn't know how they did what I just saw go down. So I can't wait to see more behind the scenes on that. I mean, Birdman was similar in that way where I was really blown away by the filmmaking. But the last time I really felt like that, watching moments of a film, getting pulled in and then realizing I had no idea how the filmmakers were doing what I was watching, was Mad Max. But that was more in a scene construction sort of way. I'm not gonna say anything about The Revenant other than that. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it, but it was pretty fantastic. Working in the film industry is exciting and rewarding, but if you don't know how to get involved or aren't quite sure what role you want to take on, Full Sail University can help you out. Full Sail offers film degrees on campuses and online that really show you what it's like to work on a film from start to finish. You even get to work hands-on with the same equipment the professionals use. The campus undergraduate film program introduces you to the different roles involved in filmmaking so you can figure out if you're more of an editor, director, or even camera operator. Also, check out the online digital cinematography degree where you can learn the film basics with a modern digital spin. Or maybe you already have film experience and are ready to take your skills to the next level. Build a graduate level portfolio and perfect your technique with the film graduate degree. Full Sail grads have gone on to work on some pretty incredible films, including Avengers, Age of Ultron, Minions, Jurassic World, Frozen, and a ton more. If you want to find out more about these programs and how to get started, visit fullsail.edu/FilmRiot. So that's it for today, which means it's time for my suggestion of the week. I actually suggested the short film, The Shaman, a little while ago, but now they have a making of featurette that's really great, which you can find right here. So you should definitely check that out as well. But that's it. Until next time, don't forget to write, shoot, edit, repeat.